Hello friends, welcome to Dezinlife. Friends, we are ready with March 2020 analysis of Indian pharma business, and this month we will be more focusing on the month only, not about the MAT data. So let's start, friends. IPM this month has shown a figure of growth of 8.9% in the March 20. Now the most of the people are seeing this as a great achievement and no impact of the corona in the month of March. However, I disagree with no impact theory. I agree that it's a fairly good month despite corona, but there is huge impact on it. It's a different kind of impact. So today I will not talk about my observation on the market, but I will more talk about what is interpretation of this data says. So this month I am going to talk about more and more about corona impact, and we'll talk about 6 key takeaways. So let us start with the first one. So first of all, in March 20, data has shown a figure of 11,856 crore as compared to 12,073 crore in the February 20. So from February to the March, it has shown a degrowth of 1.8%. Now, you may say that it's nothing great about degrowth from February to March, it is usual, but it's not so usual. It's not so correct. When you compare the last year data, last year, March shown a data of 10,891 crores against the February data of 10,770 crore. So last year, from February to March, there was a growth of 1.12%. So when you look at, say, February to March data, last year there was a growth of 1.12%, and this year there is a degrowth of the 1.80%. So there is an impact. Only thing how you look at it, this impact. Now, key takeaway number 2. There is the theories are going around that's all about acute versus chronic, and it is a chronic company because of panic buying. They are able to sell it more, and it is not acute company. When you look at data more deeply, this is again not true. The companies who have done better, most of the companies are the acute, not even chronic. I am showing you here the data of the top 15 companies of IPM, and out of 15 companies, these 15 companies, 12 companies are growing more than the market, that is 8.9%. I am talking only this month growth, again I am saying. And from these 12 companies who are growing better than the market growth, there are 6 companies who are basically acute dominated company. You can see on the screen. And there are 3 companies who are primarily chronic dominated company, and another 3 companies are mix. So there are the acute company who are rather doing it better, and in my more further point, you will listen, you will further understand how things have gone this month. My point number 3. In this month, there is an uneven growth. Uneven growth, when I say there is some company able to do well and some company are the big loser. So some company are gained unusually, or some company has lost unusually. Now look at data of the top 10 companies in your screen. You can look at, say, among the top 10 companies, there are companies who are growing as good as 5%, and there are companies who are growing even up to 19%. I'm talking within top 10 company. So such a variation from 5% to 19%, then couple of companies 16% or 17%, this is not so usual. Again, I'm not talking about my observation about these companies. I'm just saying what data is showing. So what has made some companies winner and some companies loser? That is something to be understood. So there is a huge impact. Well, another point we see within this uneven growth pattern, when we look at this kind of crisis or this kind of impact is more visible when you look at companies in the rank of 21 to 60. When you look at these 40 companies, the 11 companies has shown the degrowth, while 5 companies has shown growth of more than 20%. And out of these 5 companies, there are 2 companies which has shown growth more than 30%. Very unlikely or very uneven kind of performance. Some companies, within those 40 companies, you can say 11 are degrowing and 5 companies growing more than 20%. So it is some uneven performance. There is some code, or there is some certain character where some companies are able to perform and other companies are even loser what they were holding earlier. Today's key takeaway point number 4. Smaller companies are comparatively big loser. When I'm saying comparatively, it's not every small company is loser. When you look at companies from 61 to 100 rank, out of these 40 companies, 19 companies has shown the degrowth, which means almost 50% of these 40 companies has shown the degrowth. And there is another 6 companies out of these 40 which have shown growth of less than 5%. So practically 19 plus 5, the 24 companies out of these 40 companies are either shown the degrowth or almost negligible growth. And when you look at say company beyond 100, then there is a further, this degrowth pattern is even more evident. So one thing we can conclude here, comparatively bigger companies are able to save themselves and smaller companies are more perished in this corona impact. So but there is an impact. My key takeaway point number 5. When you further look at these 40 companies, that is rank number 61 to 100, there are at least 4 companies I can see who has very good growth they have shown in the month. And I can name the company here. Company like Denom with a 38.7% growth, company Pharma 22.8% growth, company Unimed 40% growth, and company Unison, that is 39.7% growth. So there is a success code in this difficult situation also. When out of these 40 companies, 61 to 100 rank company, when 25 companies are either degrowing or maybe negligible growth, how come these 4 companies, and by and large all these 4 companies are acute? How come these companies are able to successful in this month? So it's like a hurdle race. And it's a time to show your character as a company, what kind of culture you have. There are reasons why some companies are on either side or why some companies are on the other side, but there are certain reasons. And that is a huge impact. It's a kind of one hurdle in form of that corona impact has come, and companies have shown different form, different character. Then my key takeaway number 6 point today. One question is coming, does it has relation with the availability retail or retail strategy of company? Data suggests so. The companies who are comparatively better retail strategy or better retail availability are the more winner, are the more successful. If I simply look at among the top 10 companies where more data is available, in the month of March 20, Mankind is one company which has shown very good growth. And Mankind as a company, if you look at say AICD data available till Feb Met, they were giving 15.36% of bonus. And when you look at this month growth of the Mankind as a whole, Mankind as a group, this month with the bonus, their growth is 16.70%, and without bonus, their growth is 18.3%. Despite acute company, they have shown very good growth. So probably factor can be their overall company's retail strategy or overall company, you can say bonus strategy. So there seems to be some connection, some relationship, or I'll say that a strong relationship with the company retail strategy or the retail availability to succeed in this kind of situation. So this month, these are my 6 key takeaways point. This month, I'm not talking about much analysis, say about any segment per se, because it's a different kind of month. Maybe barring, segment like respiratory, segment like malaria, where there's some, panic buying was there. Otherwise, it's a different factor has played in this month. But one thing I must say, there is some code are there which makes some companies successful, some companies are not so successful. Certain issues I am highlighted here, and many issues which are more my observation, I'm not speaking about right now, but I'll elaborate sometime later. So friends, this analysis I hope must be useful to you. Anyway, thank you very much for watching to us today, and we'll meet again in the month of April, which is going to be more impacted with the corona, and these changes or these company characters will be more visible then. Thank you very much.